Hey guys, and welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be installing the VUDU engine mount. It shouldn't take too long. They predict about half an hour to an hour's worth of work. But it's literally all you need is a 13mm deep socket, probably a hammer, and kind of jack your car up, maybe some jack stands. But we'll go from there. So for now, what we're going to do, jack the car up, put the car on stands, and then go from there. Yeah, so we're back. I'm going to do my best to record this, but basically that's your engine mount. You've got 2 bolts here, 2 bolts here, 2 bolts here. So we're going to take those out first, then those, and then remove the engine mount itself. Now if it comes to it, I think there's another bolt in there that you can remove to get this support off, to actually get the actual engine mount out. But yeah, the plan is basically just those 2 bolts first, so 13mm, 13mm. They have got top hats on them, so don't let that fall on your head. That will come off. And then we're going to remove those 2. And then this whole silver bit will pop off. And then we'll have our engine mount. So I'll just remove those 2 and those 2, and then come back to you guys. Don't know why the top hat hasn't come out, but anyway, there's your 13mm bolt. So I'm just going to do it with the other one. Cool, and now that's off. So now just these 2 bolts and this whole silver piece will come off. Ouch. So I've removed the bracket from there, so it comes from there and on top of these. So I'm now going to remove these. If this bit doesn't come out here, I'm then going to remove this and just take the whole thing out and knock this off with a hammer. If it does come out, we're all good, and we don't have to remove these 2. So these 2 first, and then these. Okay, so we're going to remove the rear engine mount first, or the rear bolt on the engine mount first. So that one first, then that one. The actual engine itself might move a little bit, but don't worry about that. Just literally take that out. It will only shift like a few millimeters. It won't be that much. So I'm going to remove that one, then that one. We'll go from there. Cool, so that one's now out. If anyone's got worries about how easy it is to actually move an engine with just this mount, this is fingertips. So if I can move the whole engine with fingertips, you're going to be alright. So pro tip, put that one back in. This one's too stiff to undo with that engine undone. Basically I'm pulling it and the whole engine is just shifting to the front of the car. So I've put this one in just a little bit just to give it a bit of support, and then I'm going to pull this one. Okay, so just as I thought, this has been compressed into this black bracket. It's going to be quite hard to pry it out while it's on the car, but otherwise it's completely loose now. It's just this that's literally holding the whole engine on. I'm going to take this bracket off, this black piece, and everything will come out with it. So you're going to need like a deep socket for these. They're not that deep, but you're going to need a deep one anyway. It's quite disconcerting the amount the engine moves when you're working on it. But anyway, keep going. That one, then that one, and it should come off. Cool, so I got the old engine mount out. You'll find that this bolt is the one that's actually really holding that bracket on. This one's more just kind of sitting in it. But as you can see, this is the old one. Obviously this is, I don't know if you're going to be able to see me do it. It's pretty soft compared to this. This is quite solid. Obviously you can just see the design of it. Obviously that one's always going to look nicer. And then that bit is going to go to replace this rubbery bit here. So that's going to go in that side, and then you're literally going to pop it up. But for now, we need to get this bracket off. And the way we're going to do that, I'm literally just going to put it on a table, whack it with a hammer, it should come off. Okay, got it off. So this is the way I done this. Literally on a step, stood on it. That was obviously compressed onto there, and then I hit it with a hammer and it came off. So who needs advice, right? Now that we got this together, like I said, that's going to sit in the car like that. This is going to sit something like that, and that's how it's going to sit in your car. Obviously I've got a small gap here at the minute. I can't physically push this in anymore. It's too stiff for me. So I'm literally going to put it into the car and just tighten it and let it kind of, the tightening do the work for me. That's what I'm hoping anyway. If not, I'll just bring it back out. But anyway, I'm going to go back into the car, install this back. So install it just loosely so it's kind of flapping around a little bit, and then we're going to slide this in and install this part. Cool, so this will give you a better idea of the holes. So you've got, that's your engine mount one, that's your engine mount one, this is your supporting bracket, and that's the thing that I think holds on or supports your D-cat. I say D-cat, cat I guess. But yeah, so you got these two holes and these two. So anyway, so you need this one, that one's going to go in there, the other type, which is that one, will go in the bottom one. So we'll do that now. Let's try and line this up correctly so it goes that way around. Hopefully you guys can see that orientation. I'm going to need my second hand, but that's how it's going to go around. I'm just going to put those in loosely. Cool, so I've put these two in loosely. As you can see, you can move the whole mount. The mount itself is going to sit in there. Your silver spacery bit is going to be here. Hopefully you guys can see it. So, silver spacery bit there, main engine mount here, and the big bit there. So, basically, if I get it, you're going to be in like that. Hopefully you guys can see that. I'm just going to push it in, get two of these bolts in, but like finger tight once again, and then go from there. Okay, so it's been about 15 minutes of trying to get this in. It just doesn't line up. It's like it's too fat for the mounts, or the mounts have been compressed too much. So I should probably take this out and try and pry this up somehow, hammer it back. But yeah, it's a bit of a pain. But anyway, so once it's in, it should sit against that. And then you have obviously your bracket on. So I've taken my bracket off just to try and get it in, but you can see that I'm really struggling to get it up at the minute. It's just too tight. Okay, finally done it. Tons of Fairy Up liquid and hammer these metal things here. So if you hammer those out, just give them a good few whacks, you can then get this bolt in. So now I'm going to put the support back on and go from there. But you can hear that I'm physically drained from this. Took me quite a while to do, but anyway. Okay, so I've put all the bolts in. So I'm going to tighten these two first. Then I'm going to tighten the engine mounts. It's basically doing it in the reverse order that you took them off. So this one first, then this one. Obviously these two. Sorry, let me rephrase that. These two first, then this one, then this one. And then you're going to put the other bracket back on, but I'll show you like in a minute, guys. Okay, so done these two up nice and tight. Basically as tight as I could get them on a ratchet without like overdoing it. AET, I spoke to them on Facebook, and they don't actually have a recommended torque setting for the two actual engine mount bolts. Now Mountain use 48 Newton meters. I know a lot of others use 48 Newton meters, but they literally just say to tighten them up until they're tight. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to tighten them up until they're tight, and if it all goes wrong, blame it on AET, right? So I've literally done them hand tight. Obviously everyone's strength's going to be different. As you can see now, I can't actually move the engine anymore with this new mounting. But anyway, so they're hand tight as much as I can. I say as much as I can, like crank them until they like basically stop and you've got really perfect in. Same for that one. So now the bracket's on, so I'm going to do those two first up there. So the top hat, so this, and obviously this needs to go on as well. So that's going to go on there-ish, if you can see that. Hopefully you can see that, like that. Cool, so that's now done, all nice and tight. Like I said, these are as tight as you can get them by hand. Just, you know, crank them until they basically stop cranking. those are as tight as I can, those are as tight as I can. So it's all on. There is no engine movement whatsoever. So we'll get the engine down, we'll get the car down, sorry, and go from there. The car's down now, but you can see the engine mount there. So if that gives you a perspective of where it is on your car. Like I said, AET doesn't give a reference torque setting for any of those, so let's just hope it's alright. But it is fully in. Sorry about that. So we'll go for a test drive and see how it acts. Okay guys, so that's all fitted. I've been for just a little drive, probably 10-15 minutes. Multiple different speeds, and all I can say is wow. If you haven't bought this engine mount already, just buy it. The good points about it, there's no real additional vibrations at a standstill. If you have your aircon on full, basically you develop Parkinson's, and it will basically make any fillings in your mouth fall out instantly. However, you got to keep in mind that this is a brand new mount. It's going to take some time to kind of bed in. I did actually speak to Nick Cook, and he did suggest obviously making it as hot as I possibly could in terms of making the engine mount work, and then kind of do a review on it. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to drive it for a good few miles first, and then do a proper in-depth driving review for you guys. So in terms of product quality and stuff and how it actually works, the VUDU mount is wicked. I would highly suggest it, and for that amount of money, the way it changes driving, gear shifts are now seamless. You do not feel that kind of lurch or the jolt from changing gears. It's amazing. I seriously would recommend it. Obviously the bad points of my experience about this, the AET packaging and stuff, not the best. Like the bubble wrap wasn't good, the foam padding wasn't good, and my mount actually arrived, I'm gonna say damaged, but it was just like superficial, so we had like little dings and stuff in it. But like I said, if you spend 150 quid on a brand new shiny product, you want it brand new and shiny, not with little dings and scratches in it. And it's basically where the mount had been thrown around by the delivery company. The bit that comes here on the other mount, it comes separate, and obviously if that rattles around at all, it's going to ding it. So yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed this little installation. It's pretty straightforward, it's very easy to do. But guys, let me know if you need any help with anything. Just actually fitting the mount into the actual slot itself was the hardest bit. But like I said, there's nothing a hammer can't fix. So just hammer those mounts out a little bit wider and you'll have an easy time. But anyway, compared to the old mount, which I'm showing you guys now, it's like a brand new car again. It's wicked. So yeah, I'll leave you guys be. Look out for future videos from me. Like I said, I will have a review, proper in-depth review on this product once I've driven it a little bit and given it a fair shout. But anyway, so remember, like, favorite, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.